You buy a ticket. You trust the airline. You believe the system works. But what if I told you that behind the smiling flight attendants, behind the polished safety videos, and behind the glossy advertisements lies an industry built on exploitation, manipulation, and calculated inconvenience? Tonight, we're unpacking the secrets the airline industry hopes you never learn. Airlines sell an emotion, not transportation. They're not selling a seat, they're selling a promise of comfort, a promise of safety, a promise that you matter. But behind this glossy marketing is an industry built around one brutal metric: maximize profit, minimize cost, no matter what it takes. A former airline employee once described it perfectly. Airlines don't see passengers as people. They see them as weight and revenue. Ever wondered why economy seats feel smaller every year? It's not your imagination. Airlines intentionally design discomfort, because discomfort is profitable. Why? More seats equals more ticket sales. Limited comfort means passengers pay extra for upgrades. Tight spaces push travelers to purchase add-ons: early boarding, preferred seats, or premium economy. Airlines have learned that pain sells, comfort costs, and so the discomfort continues. Pilots are respected, highly trained, and responsible for hundreds of lives every day. But most people don't know that inside the airline industry, there is a silent war happening. A war between pilots who want safety, corporate executives who want profit. Pilots report being pressured to minimize fuel, being asked to ignore non-critical maintenance issues, being punished for delays caused by safety checks, being scheduled back-to-back flights with little rest. There are pilots flying your plane who slept only 4 hours the night before, and that's considered legal. A shocking FAA study confirmed that pilot fatigue is one of the top contributors to aviation incidents. Yet the rules still allow pilots to fly long stretches with minimal rest. The public doesn't know it. The airlines don't want them to. You hand over your suitcase. You trust it'll follow you. But here's reality. A baggage handler earns low wages, works in extreme heat and cold, handles 80 to 100 bags per hour, is pressured to keep the on-time performance high. There's no time to be gentle. If you take too long, you get yelled at. If you break a bag, no one cares. Just throw it on the plane. This is why bags break, why luggage disappears, why your items get damaged. Airlines know this. The airline sold 150 seats, but the plane only has 140. Why? Because airlines know not everyone shows up. Every empty seat is lost profit. So they overbook flights intentionally. Not sometimes, not occasionally, almost every day. This leads to a disturbing practice. Airlines choose who gets kicked off a flight. Who decides? An algorithm. Your fare class, your loyalty status, how late you checked in. You are not a passenger. You are a variable in a computer formula. They simply treat the cost of complaints as cheaper than fixing the system. That infamous moment wasn't an accident. It was the predictable result of an industry built on pushing capacity to the absolute limit. Airlines overbook because they can, and because the math says the profits outweigh the bad PR. When your flight is delayed, the airline rarely tells the truth. Common excuses: weather issues, air traffic control restrictions, operational reasons, crew issues. But here's the reality. Many delays are caused by improper scheduling, understaffed crew, maintenance, the airline postponed, an earlier flight running late, gate shortages, poor planning. But weather is the go-to excuse, because it's not the airline's fault. The airline avoids giving compensation. The government can't penalize them for weather delays. Yes, airlines lie about delays. Often, a former gate agent once admitted, "We're trained to use weather even if the storm is 500 miles away." It shuts down questions instantly. When your flight attendant says they just finished another flight, you have no idea what that really means. Flight attendants often work multiple legs with barely 1-hour breaks, sleep in tiny compartments the size of a coffin, share small bunk beds, go unpaid during boarding, deal with angry passengers, face serious mental and physical exhaustion. Yes, you heard that right. Flight attendants are not paid during boarding, so when passengers yell at them for delays, for seat issues, for anything, they're doing that while the crew isn't even getting paid. This industry runs on burnout. Everyone looks polished on the outside, but behind the scenes, people are exhausted. Air travel is still incredibly safe, but that doesn't mean airlines don't take shortcuts. Airlines increasingly rely on contract mechanics, third-party repair shops, overseas maintenance, minimum inspection standards, delayed service checks. Why? Because it's cheaper. A whistleblower mechanic revealed, "We are told to sign off on planes we know aren't perfect. Not unsafe, but not ideal. Because grounding a plane costs the airline tens of thousands of dollars per hour. The line between safe enough and fully safe is a line airlines push right up against every single day. When your flight is canceled, you enter a maze designed to make you give up. Airlines intentionally understaff call centers, use scripts to avoid giving refunds, make vouchers easier than cash, send passengers in loops between agents, prioritize elite customers only, use apps to avoid speaking to you. This isn't an accident. It's a strategy called breakpoint customer service. The public sees glamour, but many airline employees experience something far darker. Flight attendants and pilots report chronic fatigue, depression, anxiety, harassment from passengers, emotional exhaustion, sleep disorders, PTSD after severe in-flight events. And worst of all, they're encouraged to hide it. A pilot once said, "If we report too many fatigue days, we get flagged as unreliable." A flight attendant said, "You're expected to smile even when you're breaking inside." The airline industry thrives on the illusion of perfection, while its workers quietly burn out behind the scenes. Most passengers believe they have strong rights, but airline rights are shockingly weak. In the US, for example, airlines don't have to provide hotels for cancellations. They don't have to give refunds for delays. They don't have to compensate for missed events. They don't have to pay for meals. You only get compensation when they bump you off a flight and it's their fault. Everything else? The fine print protects them. Airlines wrote the rules to benefit airlines. Airline pricing isn't just complicated. It's engineered to manipulate you. Every price you see online is the result of algorithms tracking your behavior, your location, your browsing history, your device type, your past purchases, and even how many times you check the same route. Yes, the price goes up when you check a flight multiple times, not because seats are selling, but because the algorithm learned you're interested. Airlines use artificial urgency. Only one seat left, price is likely to rise, to push you into buying quickly. And here's the darker part. Prices change hundreds of times a day. Airlines hide fees until the last checkout page. Seat selection and baggage aren't included to keep the first price low. The cheapest fare often removes basic rights. It's not transparency. It's psychological manipulation wrapped in friendly colors and big buttons. Everyone loves low-cost carriers, but cheap flights come with invisible costs. Budget airlines save money by having fewer staff, using smaller seats, cutting cleaning time, charging for everything, eliminating customer service teams, outsourcing maintenance, minimizing turnaround time. The goal is simple: fly more cycles, spend less money, squeeze more passengers, but this speed comes at a price, and that price is often the passenger experience. Passengers report last-minute random seat assignments, being forced to pay for overhead bin space, strict bag measurements, non-refundable everything, flight attendants stretched thin, planes that feel run down, fine print traps everywhere. Budget airlines aren't really cheap, they're just unbundled. You pay for the ticket, then you pay for the rest of the flight, one piece at a time. Policies are supposed to protect passengers, but airlines use them as shields. Most airline policies are intentionally vague, giving staff enormous power. Operational reasons, safety concerns, crew requirements, irregular operations. These vague terms allow airlines to deny boarding, refuse refunds, reject baggage claims, avoid compensation, push blame away from themselves. In reality, airlines use weight as a technical loophole when they just oversold seats. Policies aren't neutral. They're weapons designed to protect profit, not passengers. Airline loyalty programs look glamorous. Elite tiers, free upgrades, VIP treatment. But here's the hidden truth. You are not the customer. You are the product. Airlines make billions selling frequent flyer data to credit card companies, banks, marketing partners. Many major airlines earn more from their loyalty programs than from the flights themselves. That's why programs keep changing, why miles suddenly drop in value, why upgrades are harder to get. Loyalty is no longer about rewarding passengers. It's about extracting maximum data and monetizing your habits. You're not building miles, you're building a profile the airline can sell. When you hear that airlines made record profits, you might wonder, what changed? Often, ticket prices stayed the same, fees increased, staff wages barely moved, service quality went down, but cost cuts behind the scenes skyrocketed. Examples include longer aircraft use cycles, reduced cabin cleaning, outsourcing to cheapest labor markets, pushing crew to work longer, shortened maintenance intervals, delaying aircraft replacements using older fleets longer than intended. Airlines claim aviation is safe, and overall, it is. But safety doesn't mean perfection. It means staying barely above the minimum standard. The public rarely hears about near misses, mechanical issues caught last minute, emergency landings that got no media coverage, maintenance problems discovered after arrival, fatigued crews who almost made mistakes. Airlines quietly bury these incidents under vague reports and sanitized press releases. Let's be honest, sometimes the problem is us. Air travel brings out extreme stress, and some passengers drink too much, disobey crew instructions, get violent, create chaos during boarding, panic during delays, refuse to gate-check bags, harass employees doing their jobs. Flight attendants report record levels of verbal abuse, threats, racist attacks, sexual harassment, physical assault attempts. Many incidents you see online are shocking, but they're a symptom of a deeper issue. Passengers expect first-class treatment, while airlines provide bare minimum service. This mismatch fuels the explosion of in-flight conflicts. Airlines cut comfort, passengers lose patience. The cabin becomes a pressure cooker at 38,000 feet. Every time you fly, thousands of people worked behind the scenes to make your trip possible. These workers include aircraft cleaners, catering staff, fueling crews, ramp workers, wheelchair assistants, air traffic controllers, dispatchers, overnight maintenance teams. Many earn low wages and deal with extreme weather, grueling hours, massive pressure, understaffing, high injury rates. If even one team falls behind by a few minutes, your flight is delayed. We don't see these workers, but without them, aviation collapses in hours. And yet, airlines outsource many of these jobs to the lowest bidders, leading to burnout, turnover, and chaotic operations. When flights melt down, airlines rush to blame. Weather, airports, air traffic control, crew shortages, mechanical issues, passengers, government regulations, unexpected demand. But they rarely admit their staffing cuts, their scheduling mistakes, their unrealistic timetables, their financial decisions, their overbooking practices, their insufficient spare crews, their tight maintenance planning. The truth is simple. Airlines design fragile systems and then act shocked when those systems fail. Airlines want passengers to believe they care. But behind closed doors, executives prioritize shareholders. Staff are pressured to cut service time. Call centers are understaffed by design. Fees rise every year. Seats shrink. Policies tighten. Customer service budgets shrink. The customer experience is simply a branding phrase. The real business model is maximize revenue, minimize cost, and make the passenger adapt. For all its flaws, air travel is still a miracle. It allows global connection, reunions, adventure, opportunity, exploration, cultural exchange. And despite everything, flying is still incredibly safe. The problem isn't aviation. It's the corporate culture that controls it. Airlines could change. They have the money, they have the technology, they have the data. But will they? Only if public pressure forces regulation, customers demand transparency, employees speak out, governments enforce stronger rights, airlines realize long-term trust is worth more than short-term profit because aviation has always evolved. And if the industry chooses to, it can evolve again. The airline industry is one of the greatest engineering achievements in human history, but also one of the most complicated, flawed, and fragile systems ever created. Behind every smooth flight are unseen compromises. Behind every delayed plane is a chain reaction of decisions. Behind every customer complaint is a billion-dollar system built around efficiency, not empathy. Air travel isn't broken. It's just built on priorities that don't always include you. So next time you fly, remember the truth behind the clouds. And remember that awareness, your awareness,